The calm always follows the storm. At 2:17 p.m. to be exact. Plan your day with ForeTell.
Talking billionaires. Are they a blight on the world, or are they an inevitable and beneficial part of a capitalist system? Phone in on the usual number and we'll have a chat on air. So we have Joe on line 3. Hello Joe, I understand you're not too pleased about the number of billionaires.
Hello Brad. Well, there are people in the world which...
These billionaires have worked hard to get where they are, and they employ thousands of people in their companies, providing a living for millions of...
What is it?
Yes, I think you're talking about Nova Vaughn, the new tech billionaire.
That's it. Now, she's created that ForeTell app, and it's free for everyone to...
Can you not have this too, thanks? Okay.
Oh, it's filthy out there. Miss June Hart to see you, Nova. Will there be anything else?
No, that's everything. Thanks, Susie.
Hello, Miss Vaughn.
Hello. I took the liberty of making you a drink.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, it's just what I wanted. Thank you. Groovy. Hello listeners, I'm June Hart and this is the Heart of the Matter podcast. Today I'm interviewing Nova Vaughn, the richest woman in the UK and the mother of meteorology. She's the mastermind behind Vaughn Data Analytics that has just announced profits over $500 billion and continues to outperform peers. So, what makes this tech sister tick, and just who is Nova Vaughn? Hello, Nova.
Hello.
You've been headline news for the past 5 years, but people barely know who you are and what you're made from. Your childhood doesn't necessarily suggest a future of computer science. So tell me, Nova, why go into computing in the first place?
Well, made from, well, and there's a start. So, protons, neutrons, electrons, atoms, all sorts of statistical probabilities, normal distributions, and probably abnormal ones as well. But, sorry. So, everything counts, doesn't it? But not everything can count. So, but when you think about computers, like they're these beautiful abacuses. They can count, Yeah. Do you?
So,
So listen, computers are built for analysing data, and as soon as I got my hands on an Acorn Electron, do you remember? No, you're probably not old enough. So I got my hands on an Acorn Electron at school, and I found we sort of spoke the same language.
can you tell me what you were like at school?
Why?
Well, were you one of the geeks? Dungeons and Dragons, chess club, straight A's?
Are you trying to collate my data? Looking at statistical likelihoods and outliers? No. Well, to answer your question, no. I was really quite studious and pretty quiet, really. Not like talented and gifted. Not unless you can't learn to play Monty and Tyler on the acoustic guitar at the age of 8.
So, what made you choose a career in statistical analysis?
About 40 years ago, do you remember the Great Storm, 1987? Well, that's what eventually got me. I was 17. Do you remember the forecasters getting it wrong? It was so obvious. They couldn't believe a storm in England could be a hurricane, but it was. Well, I knew it could be. I knew that those men with moustaches saying, there cannot be a hurricane in England. Well, after that, it became an obsession. I could make sense of the chaos. I can almost visualise the real signals below the noise.
So, then you developed the ForeTell weather app?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So the calm always follows the storm. 217 to be exact.
But this can't be how you became a billionaire. There can't be that much money in a phone app.
I'll explain. I created an algorithm to detect weather patterns from data, as you'd expect, but the more data I gave it, the more accurate the predictions were until I got it down to the minute.
So, can you explain that?
The rain will stop now. Sorry, that's a stupid trick. Well, it's actually a statistical prediction. Anyway, going back to the question that you were going to ask. So I fed my algorithm data, loads of data you wouldn't really associate with weather, but everything's interconnected, isn't it? A butterfly beats its wings in Wigan and a hurricane takes out New Orleans, that type of thing. So I digress. Knowledge is power, and the more data you can gather, the better the prediction. For traditional weather forecasting, you could analyse air pressure, humidity, historical data, wind, cloud cover, but what if we fed the algorithm the world? So think about numbers of cows in the UK, how many ships docked in Hull in the past 24 hours, birth rates, foot traffic, ratio to motorised traffic, news headlines, waste disposal logs, twins born in Essex in 1997, social media posts, and absolutely everything in between. I just kept feeding it data, anything and everything. Stuff shouldn't matter, but it did. So we had yottabytes of data from everywhere. The more I gave it, the clearer the predictions became, until I wasn't just predicting the weather, June. I found I could look into the future.
So, sorry, if I'm getting this right, you can predict events based on the data that has led up to the event? I'm sorry, but that doesn't sound believable.
Believe me or not, it told me everything, and I mean everything. I could, and I did. I predicted elections, I predicted stocks, I predicted lottery numbers, natural and some unnatural disasters as well. I knew what was round the corner, and I made a lot of money from that knowledge.
Okay, forgive me for being morbid, but my listeners wouldn't forgive me if I didn't ask you this. Do you know when you'll die?
I do. And when you will die, and when everyone else in the world will die. According to my predictions, which have never been wrong, it told me the world should have ended this morning, but we're still here. I know how it sounds, but I checked my calculations. I ran statistical models and have examined a code a total of 8 times. But now the data all pointed towards our world being overcome by events. It's an OBE, as they say in the forces.
The end of the world?
A nuclear conflict was to destroy 97.6% of life on Earth, June. We were going to kill ourselves and destroy our planet in the process, and that was due to happen this morning. This is why I booked this meeting for this afternoon. I seriously thought we wouldn't even be here to do it. Neither of us would.
but it didn't happen.
No. And that's, well, it's good, obviously.
So your prediction was wrong.
Well, I've been thinking about this. So while every other prediction came true, why did this one not? I've got a theory, but...
You told me you could see through the noise. The data path that leads to the event?
Yes. Okay, I suspect you've heard of Schrodinger's cat experiment. You know, the observer effect?
Yeah, but basically, he poisons a cat in a box, and you don't know it's dead or alive until you open the box.
Nearly. So the cat can simultaneously be both alive and dead while it's unobserved. When it's observed, you know the fate of the cat, and by being the observer, it affects the experiment on a quantum level. Well, this error happened because the observer influences the outcome of any experiment they observed.
Okay.
Yeah, so the analysis of all of the data was so deep, so thorough, it caused a quantum change. I should have realised it would eventually happen, but the machine got it wrong, like by observing.
Okay, so what's next?
That's just it. I couldn't predict past this morning. Statistically, there is no afternoon of the 13th of March, and yet here we are. I don't know what to trust. I've spent years thinking data could explain the future. I don't want to be part of a world where I don't know what's coming.
Mother, what's happening?
The prediction was right. The prediction was right. It was the
So the last thing that you say, you'll be fine. Don't take it too hard. What's the point in listening? All I hear is what I want to hear. It's true what people
Yeah.
Because I would just be like, oh, well, we're supposed to end. Oh, well, let's just wrap up.
It's June Hart to see you, Nova.
That's everything.
Can't be anything else.
And this is the Heart of the Matter podcast. Today I'm interviewing Nova Vaughn, the richest woman in the UK.
So, can you just... The rain will stop now.
The rain did not. The rain will stop!
One take Stinson.
No, I was just thinking to end it. Don't finish the word right. It was right.
Yeah.
And everyone.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It's alright, I'm recently watching Blackadder again. And I just think the episode where Lady Gordon Lee White Abba came. And right at the end, he's like, look, he sounds just like
So, Karen, tell us, how do you feel about your first collective pictures production?
tremendously exciting.
You look it. what you feeling now that it's happening?
I really enjoyed it. And I thought Karen was marvellous.
What a professional, and our elusive director, always behind the camera, whatever are you? So, Steve, it's technical advisors to something.
It's been an absolute show, Sean. Can't believe this is the amateur hour.